Let's do this.
Rashad Evans, man. Wow. Huge fight this weekend. A lot of excitement for this, huh? John Jones and Rashad Evans.
Hell yeah.
Fighting for the heavyweight title.
Light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight, excuse me.
Yeah.
You're right, Jimmy. In the UFC.
Oh, going to be huge.
Hey, Rashad. Oh, that's Sal.
Oh. Hey, you doing?
I thought.
Rashad
Evans.
Walking in. There he is.
Welcome back to the show, sir.
How you doing, man?
Wow, he's got his game face on.
Yeah.
This is a different Rashad Evans than last time. You got your game face on.
Game face came on already?
I think so.
Well, it's time. Game time.
You guys always scare me fight week. It's always frightening to interview the fighters on fight week because it really is different than the happy-go-lucky guy you get a month out.
I mean, you just never know what's going to set us off. We've been in the gym for the last 2 months training to the fight, so you never know when it's going to come out.
How you feeling?
Frightening.
You ready?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. Ready as I'm going to be. Training for a while, and I feel good. I feel confident and excited to fight.
Yeah, people are talking about this one.
This is a big fight, man. This is one I'm working, and if I wasn't working, I would fly to Atlanta for. I'm so irritated that I can't go to this fight.
Call in to work.
I can't. It's one of the few things I can't get out of doing is this week. I'm so miserable that I can't. I was in Atlanta, and I saw the sign that they were doing the fight there. I was so pissed off that I can't go. People are saying that you're the one guy, it seems, that can beat John Jones. Not that he's unbeatable, but just the way he looks really good as of late. How do you feel?
I feel like, I definitely feel like I'm the guy to do it. But, it's always like that. When somebody comes on and looking really good and look really hot, no one see that they can get beat, and, they're touted as unbeatable until they get beat. So I'm not saying I'm the only guy that can do it. I know I'm going to do it. But, I don't buy into all of that, the hype around people. I mean, it's definitely deserved hype, and he's definitely done his thing and may accomplish some great things. But at the same time, nobody is supreme to anybody. We all have our faults.
It seems like whenever you think there's a fighter that can't be beaten, somebody kicks the shit out of him. Like at one point, Lesnar looked like he was unbeatable.
Right.
When I first started watching, I thought like Liddell couldn't be beaten.
Right.
And
Liddell couldn't be beat. Fedor couldn't beat. GSP couldn't be beat. A lot of people can never get beat until they get beat, and then they get beat. It's like, oh, I guess they can lose too.
So you're not scared of him at all?
No.
These guys don't know that word.
Man, there's nothing to be scared of. They don't know that word. Do I get afraid when I have to fight sometimes? Yeah, but it's a mixture of emotions. I have fear. I have anxiety. I have excitement. I have all these different emotions that come at me, but I never get to the point where I'm just like afraid of somebody. The worst that can happen is you can lose. Yeah. I mean, you can get embarrassed doing it, but at least you don't remember it.
Did you patch up your problems with John Jones before the fight? Keep it all nice.
No, I think we got to.
Imagine they sit down and talk before the fight.
No, we have therapy session scheduled. We got a therapy scheduled Saturday.
Well, you guys used to be friends, right? And what happened?
We had a I guess a pretty good teammate and teammate relationship, and we were building on a friendship and stuff like that. But I think that what happened was that he just got he just let little things divide us, and ego and being young and stupid and just feeling like he had something to prove.
Did his head get big?
Yeah. Yeah, it was big. It was real big. He definitely think he's all, he thinks he's holier than thou and all that stuff.
So do you think that he's overconfident going into this, or does that a lot of that talk and he knows that this is going to be a problem?
I honestly believe that he's a bit overconfident. And his corner is too. They think that they know me because they trained me for a few years, and it's just. It's it's going to be exciting to see what happens.
What did you think of the Machida fight? Because I got we had Jones in recently, and he got a little bit annoyed at me because I pointed out that, but I wasn't shitting on him. He won fairly handily, but Machida did seem to hit him harder than he'd been hit. Like he seemed to catch him a couple of times with really good shots, Which I don't think there's any disgrace in saying that a guy hit you. Yeah. I mean, Ali always talked about Henry Cooper, I think was him, who hit him harder than any person had ever hit him.
Yeah. I thought it was a good fight. I thought Machida fought really well, in that first round. And to John's credit, I thought he fought really well in that fight. He came back from losing the first round, and to come back after you're losing is pretty tough, because it takes a lot of mental fortitude to be able to say, you know what, things went wrong in the first round, but this next round is my round. So, I'll give him credit for coming back and being strong and finishing the fight in dramatic fashion.
Now, Machida beat you, and then Jones beats him. Does that go into your head at all, or is that just one of those things where not even?
Nah, the thing about it is like MMA math never adds up. You know what I'm saying? Right. You beat him or he beat him. That doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win the fight. It's just, everybody's matchup is different, and there's a lot of things that go into a fight to make a fight, what it is, and different styles. It just, you never know what's gonna happen. You can see a guy who looks like trash go against somebody else, and have a horrible fight, but then you can see him go against like a guy who's supposed to be like the best and like, dang near beat him, if not beat him. It's just the way it happens.
Are you surprised that Lesnar went back to wrestling after that Overeem fight?
No, I'm not surprised. I figured he would. I mean, I think it's a smart move, I think it's a smart move. These heavyweights now, they're just vicious, These guys, Lesnar came in a good time. And, not to take anything away from him, he definitely put in some work and beat some good guys. But to be a heavyweight now in the UFC, you gotta be willing to stand and bang and be a good wrestler, and you have to be, tough on all aspects of the fight game.
It looked like Overeem was aiming for the surgery when he kicked him. It's like, that's the thing.
That's just not nice. Oh, why would you do that?
Oh,
let him heal.
It's the worst body shot I've ever seen thrown at a person.
He just hitting the scar.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be nice in that one. He wasn't trying to be nice in that one. I mean, at least he did it pretty humane. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go in there and try to knock his head clean off. He just, went for the body, attacked the body, and then systematically broke him down from there.
Yeah, but I was saying to people, he looked almost like a movie bad guy. Like after he won, he made like the cocky, like that's the Drago face.
Drago.
Rocky, like he really is a frightening guy, man. Over him, I never realized how great he was because I didn't watch a lot of Pride. Thank you, Kenny.
Brock was the guy to beat for a while there, man.
Yeah, and then Shane Carwin kind of got to him a little bit, and it looked like Shane probably should have won that fight.
Yeah, Shane gassed out that fight, man. I trained with Shane at camp, and he looked phenomenal in camp, and even during the fight he looked good. He just didn't expect to just not have the fight end after he was, beating him like that in the first round.
Can that happen where you think, like, this is where I have to do it, and you literally give everything you have, and then you go back and you're like, oh, fuck, he's still fighting?
It's the worst feeling ever. It's like that dream you have. It's like the dream you have where you punch a guy hard as you can and you don't feel it. That's what it's like.
I have that dream.
I've had that reality.
You never had a dream like that before?
No, I guess that's a fighter dream, yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say, but in our world, it's like a song is ending as you're DJing, and you can't find the next song.
I also have
just
dreams
like what you had.
I have gun dreams where like you can't find the right ammo for the gun, or it doesn't fire right, or something like that.
So we understand. There's a different version of that dream that everyone goes through.
Yeah. I guess I think about fighting way too much.
Oh,
that's why you're good at it.
Good question coming in from Electric Dave. Is Anderson Silva beatable? Can he be beat?
Yes, I think he can be beat. I think Chael Sonnen showed that he can be beat, and that's what I'm talking about. It's just like any given Saturday or any given day, anybody can lose a fight. Winning a fight and losing a fight, just like it's very thin margin. You know what I'm saying? And you never believe some of the guys who go out there and perform well, and guys who go out there and consistently lose, how close they are,
right?
And it's just that little bit that either gives one or the other the edge.
Why do they boo you sometimes? Like you're a nice guy. Like I mean,
we like you.
Yeah, a lot. But I've heard them boo you. I'm like, why would they? Like you're a good dude.
It's a character. It's just. They just boo the character. I try. For a while I tried to grasp the idea of like, why do they always boo me?
Why the fuck are they booing me?
Yeah. But then I watched. I went to WrestleMania. Yeah. I went to WrestleMania, this past WrestleMania in Florida, and I got to learn. I got to see a little bit how fans think. And it's just like, it's just a show for them. It's just a show, and they're just characters.
Yeah.
It's not nothing personal to them, but it's just, oh, this is the guy who everybody boos. Okay, so I'm gonna boo him.
Chris Jericho.
And, yeah, it's just character. And I don't take it personal.
Right. Do you watch wrestling? Do you like wrestling, or do you guys watch wrestling kind of like, oh, that's cute?
Yeah, I watch it like, oh, it's cute. But you know what? Though? I got a tremendous amount of respect for those guys because that's not easy. Like even though it was fake, I was watching it, and they were really taking those falls, and they were really like, you have to have. It's not an easy job to do. And I was watching the Undertaker fight, and that was a fight that just impressed me the most because it was like they just kept going and going and going, and to remember all those moves and to do all of that and take all those falls. I'm like, man, the next day they have to be hurting because I did a movie one time, and I did a fight scene for probably about 5 hours, and then the next day I felt worse than I felt for any fight that I've done, just because I snapped my neck back so many times just trying to make it look real, and it really taxed my body. So to do what they do is pretty tough in its own rights.
In the scene, did you win the fight or lose it?
I lost the fight. I had to lose a fight.
He's got to be losing if he's not
I'm
the
not
big
the
star
main
of the
character.
movie.
Yeah, I had to lose the fight.
I didn't see the movie.
I would assume he's not the star of the movie, so if you're not the star, you're going to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's like the
Well, it depends if you're fighting the star. It depends on who you're fighting.
I was fighting the star.
Oh, that's true.
Who's the star?
His name is Hector Njavara.
You should have won.
You should have won. You got a bad age. He's got a bad age. You should have been the star of that film.
It's called Unrivaled. Yeah.
Hey, we got a comment coming in from Ireland. Chipstick writes, why does he always call John Jones fake?
In my opinion, I feel like John Jones is fake. The way I know John to be, and the way he comes across and the way he is fake. And I would disclose more, but you know what? It's not really my place to say. And when it comes out, that's all I can just say. Is like, hey.
My guess would be something along the lines of when you're working with a guy for a long time. Sometimes people will publicly maybe come off like they're better guys than they are, or nicer guys than they are, or more wholesome guys than they are.
Yeah,
and you just know the real man.
That's exactly it in a nutshell. And I'm not a perfect person, so I don't want to put nobody's stuff out there because I got enough stuff that that I do or something like that. But it's just, at least I'm me. I'm real.
Do you think he seemed like he copied you a little bit, or you said that you think he took some of the the way you get into the ring and certain things?
Yeah, he bit my style. He bit my style a little bit, but I guess it's a form of flattery. You know what I'm saying? Imitation is one of the biggest forms of flattery, so I can't really hate him too much for that. I guess he just recognized greatness.
Humble like that.
What?
What are people feeding you questions? Saying, you ask.
There's a guy. No, I'm not asking Rashad Evans fight week.
Yeah, go ahead.
About a rumor. No.
What's the rumor?
Seriously?
Yeah, what is it?
The guy Chipstick says that John Jones might have had a little thing with your wife or something.
What?
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
I didn't want to say it, but
you
said,
did.
What was it?
But you did.
Is there? Oh boy,
is that true?
I don't. He's saying it. He's giving me the evil look.
No, I
I'm gonna
mean,
get my ass kicked.
Yeah, well, rightly so.
Don't kill the messenger.
no.
Messenger, the guy, everyone.
I'm divorced now, but
Oh.
but it was totally un-John Jones related. Besides,
That's a battle you never
Thank
want to get
God.
into.
my wife is not John Jones type. Believe me.
All right, we stopped breathing for a second.
I really I literally couldn't look at Rashad because I didn't ask
Jesus.
it, but I was just trying to remember you as I knew you.
Oh, he said, "Freaking say it."
Well, you get
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Not-
I'm sorry.
You know what it is? I mean, I don't listen. I never get mad when somebody says behind the screen. I mean, come on. Most of these
Right.
people, if they see me, they'll be trying to.
They would never say it to
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Hell no, they'll be licking my balls.
Now, do you take that type of stuff to heart? Like, I'm not gonna say commentator because Rogan is a respected guy, but I mean like bloggers and guys like that who say things because it's like. Oh my God! Rampage got really annoyed at Rogan recently, which I was surprised at. Does that get to you at all?
It's weird. It's like sometimes it will get to me, but then I remember and I'm like, wait a minute, like it really doesn't matter. Like sometimes when people say things to me, it doesn't matter to me because I can't allow somebody's opinion of me to make up who I really am. So when I find myself getting into that, I need to sit back and just like really reflect and be like, dude, these people are irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? It's just that if I find myself building who I am around what anybody says, then I become worthless in a sense, because if I allow them to say something to me or make me in any kind of way, then I allow them to take that away from me. So I can't allow anybody to make me or break me. So I just don't give any validation to what anybody has to say when it comes to that.
How do you push out being afraid? Like you know, we all get nervous when we're doing what we're doing, but how do you push that out in a fighting situation? Because I mean, you got to be a human being and know that anything can happen with a guy who's a professional fighter. Yeah. How do you get rid of that and focus and actually use your ability?
One of my biggest problems was trying to push it away, not want to feel the feeling. And what happened is I would fight myself, and that was a scary feeling, because I'm just like, you know, I would say I'm not supposed to feel like this. I'm not supposed to feel like this, but I come to accept it. I know I'm gonna be afraid. I know that that's what happens when I got to fight. So instead of saying to myself that I'm not supposed to feel like that, I say this is exactly how I'm supposed to feel. If I didn't feel like this, then I wouldn't be fast. If I didn't feel like this, then I wouldn't hit hard. If I didn't feel like this, then I wouldn't be ready. So then I changed something that was negative into something that is positive, and then I look forward to feeling that way, because that means I'm ready to fight.
See, he has a different response to fight or flight, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Where you are, your flight is pretty much getting on a plane. You need to get as quickly away.
I mean, but fear is like that in life, because one thing that we hate more than anything is the fact that we hate the biggest fear is uncertainty. And the loss of control.
I hate a fist in the face. That's pretty really much where the fear of fighting comes from. A fist in the face kind of hurts. Makes your head go.
Wow, this fight on Saturday is gonna be great. I would love to get into this beef thing, but will it come out eventually?
Will it come out?
Oh, because you guys, we've had John Jones in, we've had you in. You guys kind of hint to some real shit that went on, but no one really wants to say. No one wants to be the first one to say it again.
Man, listen, I'm not just,
because you guys used to be really close for a while there.
Yeah, I mean, I know enough about the guy. I know enough about him.
See, that's what I mean. It's very.
I mean, I'm not a whistleblower. You know what I'm saying?
Is part of it? Let me tell you, Rashad. Is part of it that when you have to fight somebody that you liked at one point or were close to, that any like minor things that became negative you have to keep there, because this way it's not hard to fight a guy that you liked?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, you know, whenever I step into the cage, honestly, I'm ready to fight whoever, you know, when it comes down to it. And that's one thing I'm learning about myself. And it would be harder if we were really good friends, as far as, you know, because sometimes like when you get ready to fight somebody, there's kind of a certain energy around. So if I had this energy like, oh, we're cool, then when I got into the fight, I'll still be like in play mode. But now that I don't like them, I know from like the minute I see them that it's like,
it's going to be on.
Yeah, it's going to be on. Like, it's going to be hard to be like, man, I just want to punch him in his face, because that's all I've been thinking about, you know?
Hey, Rashad, so we're 5 days out? What do you do the week of a big fight? Obviously, the training's behind you. You're done with the gym. Do you even go to the gym at all and just do some light workouts, or you're just totally done?
I go just to rev the engine up a little bit and to tease it a little bit, you know, because my mind and my body's been training for the last 8 weeks, and it's been become addicted to the fight, you know. So I pull it back a little bit and just kind of tease it, and then get my mind excited about it and feel like I need to do something, like I want to do it. So when I get ready to fight, like I just can't even control it, and I just really want to like let loose.
And what else are you gonna do? Just lay around all week?
Yeah, lay around, but not too much, because you don't want to become like lazy. You just want to just.
You want Saturday to be today,
yeah,
right?
you wanted to give it a taste, a little bit of a taste every single day, even if it's just thinking about it, visualizing. You want to give it a little bit of taste.
Right.
Do you tell yourself that the other guy is scared too, or the other guy is... Because to fight for a championship fight, you can't not be nervous, no matter who you are or what the belt is. You can't not be nervous. Do you try to say, like the way I'm feeling, he has to be feeling this way on some level?
You know, I try not to think about what the other guy's feeling too much. Because, you know, managing my own emotions is enough. So I just really just focus on how I feel, and just I know the guy across the cage is probably feeling the same way I do, and everybody handles it differently. You know, everybody handles it differently, and like I used to work in a hospital, and I used to see a lot of dead bodies, And everybody will handle death differently. Some people be joking around and laughing. Some people would be very somber, you know, but everybody had a different personality when it comes to dealing with that situation.
What would you do?
I was very, no, I wouldn't laugh. I was very, like, contemplative about it. Like, some people would be like, oh, man, you'll never believe this fucking nuts did. And then they'll had a guy come in and, you know, he'd be all messed up and they would just, like, make a joke out of it. I'm just like, man, that was a live person. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your job at the hospital?
I worked security guard, but I worked the night shift, and after 5 p.m., the pathologist went home. So my job was to put bodies in and out, take them, you know, put them in and take them out the morgue, and do, when somebody dies, you have to do a visual, so people will identify the body, and I had to be there for like autopsies if there's a crime or something that was committed.
Did you ever try and move on one? I mean, just to practice one? Like, let me see how I could make this a little...
Oh, my God. Why in the middle of the night he's just trying moves like that?
They're like, he must have fallen down 10 flights of steps. Every bone is broken.
It was disturbing enough when you have to pick up somebody and their back is still warm. And then you got to put them into the cold freeze and you're like...
Wow.
It's just, and they're still loose, you know? It's kind of like they feel like they shouldn't be, like they're still alive.
Wow.
That's a pretty heavy job, man.
That is a heavy job.
At first it was really hard to sleep, but then after a while, I just kind of, it didn't even affect me anymore. And I would just be in the middle of eating and they'd be like, oh, Rashad, you have a room 10. And then I go down and do it and then come back upstairs and eat like nothing happened.
Wow.
I bet you missed that job.
I do miss some aspects of it. It was really fun, though.
People aren't yapping back at you all the time.
You know, it's different.
No dumb questions.
It's different.
So how long did you do that?
I did it for like 3 years.
Wow.
Well, that's a lot. I guess that does something to you. If you can handle being around bodies like that, I mean, that has to do a certain thing to your mentality that a lot of people probably couldn't handle.
Yeah, it a mess. Like sometimes, like I would see, after I've been there for a while, I would just be totally numb to it. But then after a while, I would see something, and it'd kind of be like, it'd kind of bring me back to like, dang, this is, you know, this is real. And because like one thing I learned is that people die doing the dumbest things. I mean, you would never believe how fragile human life is and how people die just like doing stuff. And I'm just like, wow.
You got an example
what were they thinking?
From when you worked there?
Oh, man.
One?
Like, what would you see that you'd go like, oh, what a waste.
He died doing that?
What a dumb mistake that was.
Yeah,
well, one time this guy came in for the last 3 weeks, every single time he came in, he got shot. He got shot 3 times. Poof. And he would never tell who did it. So then finally he came in and he was dead. But I'm just like, what an idiot. Why don't you just tell who was shooting him?
The same guy kept shooting him?
The same guy kept shooting him.
Holy shit.
I think after the second time, you probably should tell someone.
Yeah, there's a code and all, but geez, let's be real here.
I understand the code. You give him the first one. After 2.
You throw him the first one, and then
right.
Second time, shame on you.
And who was that awful assassin? It took 3 times.
Those 3-shot McGillicuddy.
Yeah, I think he like owed him money or something like that, and that's probably what happened. He was probably just scaring him, trying to get his money, and then afterwards he just probably figured he didn't get it, man, so he probably killed him.
Did any of them affect you? I'm sorry.
No, go.
Did any of them affect you more? Like, did you see that kind of lasted with you for whatever reason?
Yeah, I remember working, because part of my job was to, like, if somebody came in for a trauma, I would have to come and get their belongings and put them in the office. And I came in one time, and this guy, he got stabbed. It was like a level 3 trauma, which is not that serious. He got stabbed in the stomach by his girlfriend. And I'm collecting his belongings, and the ER doctor came in. She checked him over, and he's like, oh, yeah, you're fine. You know, you should be okay. We're going to stitch you up and stuff like that. And he's like, man, I heard him talking to the nurse. He's like, man, I don't feel right. I just feel like, I feel like I'm slipping. I feel like I'm falling, like I'm going somewhere. I don't feel right. I don't feel right. And he kept saying it over and over again. She's like, no, you're fine. The doctor checked you over. But I have her come back in. He just like kept saying, he's like, man, I just don't feel right. I feel like I'm falling. And then 2 hours later, I'm putting this guy into the morgue.
Oh, Jesus.
What happened was, I guess he got nicked and had a little internal bleeding that they didn't see. Man. And then he started to, die, and they took him down to surgery, and it was too late.
But so that falling feeling was probably just his blood loss, right?
I don't know. He just felt like he was falling. He felt like he was going somewhere. He said it.
Oh, man.
That's fucked up.
People are saying you're so much more humble than John Jones.
I mean, I feel like I am, but.
Two very different personalities.
Yeah.
Fighting Saturday.
And I like John too. I mean, we've had him in. He's a nice guy. He's a fun guest. Like I genuinely like him too. I mean, he's
a bit cocky. Let's be honest with each other.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, fair enough. He is. But I mean, there's times where I'm cocky and I'm a nobody who's. I've been doing Weight Watchers points. I mean, I'm sure you noticed.
Doesn't he look good, Rashad?
He does look good.
He looks good, right?
Yeah.
But I remember last time I saw you had an injury. What was the last fight you had where you got hurt? I saw you backstage and you had or behind in the arena.
Oh, I had ice on my shoulder.
Your arm was in a sling.
Oh, I broke my hand after the Tito fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it was the Tito Ortiz fight that you broke your hand. And have you fought since then or no?
Yeah, I fought January 28th.
Oh, Phil Davis. Okay.
What was your worst injury?
Oh, man, that's always tough to answer.
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all right. Training's over. So I broke my hand. That's probably the worst injury I had.
Did you know you broke it when you hit him?
You know what? No, I would say my MCL injury. I injured my MCL that took me out of the fight with Shogun last year. So that was probably my worst injury.
Wait, during the fight, that way you lost to him?
I never lost Shogun.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Leo Machida. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, Shogun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to fight Shogun, but I heard it in training and practice.
Were you happy you avoided that fight? Did you ever get hurt? Did you ever get hurt?
Who would say that? Were you scared?
No. But I mean, it's interesting to me because for me, when I first started doing stand up, 1990, if a gig got canceled, I was happy because I was so
was the
scared.
But that scared thing again. These guys aren't scared.
It's still interesting to me that
No, I never had a fight where something happened and didn't end up going through, and I was like, yes, I don't got to fight.
Right.
I was like, man, I like to fight. I mean, it is stressful, it is hard at times, but I like to fight. You know, I got one of my teammates who always would he always texts me, or he'll come up to me before I leave and he'd be like, hey, if you don't want to do it, I'll do it, man. Are you scared? And he always tease me and bust my balls saying I'm scared. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? Am I scared? He says, no, I'll fight him for you. Are you scared though? I'm like, no, I'm not scared. What are you talking about? I'm scared. But he does it just to kind of get a rise out of me.
What knocks that out of you in a fight? Is it the first shot, or is it when you touch gloves, or is it when what actually puts you in fight mode as opposed to
showtime?
Yeah.
For me, it's like when I walk out there, I'm ready to fight. You know, because it's just like in the back room, I'm hitting mitts, and then I'm hearing everything going on, and then I'm just mentally just in my mind, just telling myself I'm gonna whoop this dude's ass, and then I get excited and revved up, and then I just go into that zone.
Can I go back to the remember that chipstick guy?
Oh,
yeah.
This is good, I swear.
Oh,
I hate interviewing UFC fighters because at any moment they could kill us.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful.
Then again, so could most musicians.
But I feel like I have to say this because I felt bad when he asked about that rumor. But he writes, "Oh, you misread my last thing." No, I didn't. I read it word for word. What he meant to say was, "Did John Jones fuck around on his own wife?"
Oh, that's different.
That's completely different.
Yeah,
I almost lost my fucking jaw.
No, those are big differences.
So I had to bring it back to that point because obviously the guy, I swear to God, I read it word for word.
Oh.
But he says I misread. No, I don't think so.
Oh, you want me to answer that question?
If you want to. I mean, if you want to.
Honestly, I don't know what John Jones does when it comes to his personal information.
But at least we got the real question out there.
Because that was really, I don't get uncomfortable that
Jimmy's
easily.
eyes got so big. He's looking at me. I'm like, what? He told me to read it.
Yeah, but I was like, it's easy to ask that from across the console.
Oh, you don't think you can jump?
You have a
I have nowhere to
coworker or
go.
a friend.
Yeah, he would have to beat the shit out of you and Ant before he got to me, but he would get to me.
We would step aside. We wouldn't try to stay. Hey, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
You would do the
Step
side,
aside.
the side step.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Don't let me get in your way. Please.
So how long before a fight will you not have an orgasm?
Oh, geez.
I want to know if that's a myth.
Well,
I've heard
Ali used to talk about that shit.
It's a myth, man.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We feel tuckered out after we come.
Yeah.
Feel a little tuckered out.
Although sometimes I can't sleep.
But that could be avoided by you can take a nap and you be right back at
That's
it again.
true.
Because it's like the thing is you want to keep your testosterone up, right? That's
how you get
But
it.
at the same time, you don't want
Get it up.
to. You don't want to. They say women weaken legs because everything that comes along with it, the emotion that comes along with it. See, if you are so into a girl, and girls are emotional, so if you're so into them, you're subject to their mood swings.
Oh shit, you don't want that.
Yeah, so that way, if you're with a girl and then all of a sudden, you know, she's like, you know, I'm not having a good day. I break up with
Oh,
you. Some,
man.
you know how girls get down,
Yeah,
right?
that's gonna fuck you
So
up.
then it'll mess your whole head up. And I seen guys that are like so pussy whipped when they have a fight with their girlfriend. They can't even train. They can't even practice. And it's just
Wow,
like,
yeah?
yeah. I know fighters like now that will just go in a shell if they have a situation with their old lady, and it would just be done.
Wouldn't that make you
Shit
train
out of
harder?
your head.
I would train
Yeah,
harder.
but some people can't. Some people can't.
I'd be all
do it.
pissed off and shit.
Like for me, I train harder. Like for me, I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It's extra motivation.
If you, when you win a big fight, do you treat yourself? Because Jimmy treats himself after a big show.
Yeah, if I do
You want
something,
to explain him?
just the way a boy should treat himself
Right.
after I have a good show. If it's something I filmed, then I just eat like a fucking pig. I mean, I guess you do the same thing.
Yeah, I treat myself a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
What do you do after a big win?
Get a training. Oh, you mean him? I thought you were still asking me.
Anything special, Jimmy? What's your thing after a big win?
The thing.
Do you like just fucking pig out on cheesecake? I don't know.
I eat a lot of sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat a lot of sweets. I just get reckless with it,
Yeah.
like diabetic coma type sweets. Just eat a lot of sweets, man. I like sweets, so that's my thing. I don't go too crazy though.
And what was the fight? We talked about the girls too. Like, didn't Liddell have a fight with his girlfriend like right before a fight? I heard it was in the hotel room or something. I think he told the story.
I don't even know.
Why would your girlfriend do that?
But I
to
mean, like
you?
when she threw something at him,
Why
like an
can't- why
ashtray.
can't-
I could be wrong.
Why can't that stuff wait?
The thing about it is, women are so emotional. They don't care. Like for them, it's never about the future. It's all about right now. So if it's like for them, if they're upset right now and you piss them off right now, they don't give a damn what you got to do in 2 hours. They want to let you know how much they're upset at that specific moment.
You speak the truth.
And you can never. And if you don't acknowledge how they're feeling, the argument's going to go on and on. So you have to acknowledge it.
The best time to fight is right before you
Do something
fall
important.
asleep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That is their favorite time to start a fight.
Get it going. I know.
And you have like 6 hours sleep
They
ahead
don't.
of you.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't
man.
care.
Have you ever had a woman start anything before? Because I've had major things coming up the next morning on this show that my ex would start stuff with, and I was like, I just want to strangle her. I'm like, well, you know who I'm interviewing tomorrow. Like, what are you doing? Have you ever had that before a fight or close to fight time?
Have I ever not had that? I have it all the time, man.
Oh, really?
All the time. Even with my my ex now, like it'll just be like something stupid. I'm like, I'm not even answering this phone. I'm not even reading the texts because I already know it's gonna be nothing but drama. So I try not to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But I'm very good at compartmentalizing things like that. Like because I'm used to dealing with it so much, I just don't even pay it no merit.
So now, do you believe in the stare down or no? Like, does it mean anything to you how another guy looks? Because, like, when you look at a guy like Fedor, he wouldn't really, he's kind of like a guy. He wouldn't really try to stare anybody down, but then you get a guy like Rampage who gets very close to your face, which can be very intimidating. Does that mean anything to you? Do you do it or no?
It all depends, more than a stare down, you can feel the energy. For some reason, I sound like crazy, but you can feel the energy of somebody. You can feel, like I can feel how confident the person is if they're putting on, or if they really feel the way they feel. I can feel the energy just by coming close to them and looking at them, or just feeling their presence when I'm around, how they feel.
Who are you fighting that had a particularly menacing or like that type of an energy that you're like, this guy really means business and is confident? I'm sure they all do, but
Machida.
Really?
Yeah, he felt hungry to me when I stared at him. I was like, man, he feels like he is ready, and I just wasn't there.
It got to you a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It did get to me a little bit. You can feel it. You can feel like when somebody's just like, just really, really dialed in.
Did you know when you were going in? Do you know when you're going in? Like, if you're like, I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I felt it. Like I had, like I was dreaming, like I lost, and then like I was like, in my mind, I just didn't feel comfortable, and like I never lost at that point. So I was thinking like, I was like, man, is this the one I lose? Is this the one I lose? Is this the one? And then you just kind of feel it, like something just not right.
Does it take pressure off once you lose? Because then it's like you're still a great fighter, but you don't have to worry about the first defeat. Does it change anything, or does it just?
You know what? That's funny. I partied harder when I lost than when I did win.
It's probably a big relief.
Man, when I lost, man, I partied like Brad Pitt in that movie. What is it? When he's Irish,
begins with an S.
Snatch.
Yeah, Snatch. You know when his mom died?
Yeah.
That's how I partied, man. I partied hard. I just fell out on the floor, woke up, I didn't know where I was. I was like, man.
Yeah. And then you start all over.
Yeah. Then I woke up crying, I lost. I can't believe I lost.
You ever fight?
Yeah.
You ever fight with the flu or anything like that? Like where you're real sick and you just can't get out of the fight, obviously?
Oh, have I fought sick before?
That's what I mean. Like you had the flu or something.
No, I never fought sick, but I trained like when I felt like that. Like when I felt like I had the flu or if I was like really sick. I trained like that.
How the hell do you do that?
That's hard too if you have to back out of a fight because of the flu. Because everyone's like an injury, they understand.
Oh my God, yeah.
But if
I fought sick when I fought Michael Bisping. I had it was like a really, really bad chest cold coming on, and it was like the first day of it. And I stayed in bed all day. I had no appetite to eat. And I had to report. We fought in Jersey. And I had to report to fight at we have report times when we got to get ready to go to the fight. It was like at 8 p.m. and it was really late. And I slept all day, ate really little. And I was just like, wow. Yeah, it was the worst, man. But
I don't know. You won that fight, right?
Yeah, I won a fight, but it was like one of those fights where...
How'd you get your wind knowing you got a chest cold coming on?
It was hard, and especially in the arena. It was a hockey arena, so it was cold, and that cold air going into my lungs felt like I was breathing in razors.
What's the closest to fight time you ever had to shit?
Like always, right before.
Oh, right before
the nervous shit.
Yeah, the body always plays a trick on me, man, and I don't even answer. I don't fall for that trick no more.
That's gotta suck if you can't. Because I hate when I have to do something and I know I have to, and then when you're in an arena, you can't.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. The worst is when you have to use the bathroom when you're fighting. Like, it really only happened like one time. Like when I fought Brad Imes, it was like to get a contract with the UFC. I was so exhausted and I had to pee, and we were going at it so hard. It just kind of like
you let it go.
Good for you.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do nothing about it. But I didn't even realize that I let it go until I was like, I don't gotta pee no more. And I was like, it wasn't like one moment. It wasn't like one moment. Like, okay, I'm good. It's not like I was like sitting in a pool and decided to take a pee. It just kind of left me. I didn't realize it.
And you didn't just let a little out. You went all in.
I went all in. So
awesome. The whole ring smelled like asparagus. How great is that? Is there a moment in that fight where you can see like it was right after that? Like,
yeah, there was a moment in the fight where I was like, I think this is where.
What round?
It was a third round. It was a third round where I was just like completely exhausted and we were getting into it, and it was just like, I was like, man, I don't know if I can hold it.
And there's just nothing you can do. I guess they say you can sweat it out or whatever, but there's nothing you can do if you got to. I piss a lot, so I always fly in the aisle. Not to make it about me, but I can't imagine being in a situation where you can't pee and you have to get punched in the lower intestines.
That's just gotta be uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable, even trying to hold it, because then usually like when your adrenaline's going, it's weird. Your body does this amazing thing where it just like shuts down everything that doesn't have to do with the fight. But for some reason, I had like maybe a lapse of concentration where it just opened that feeling up, and I had it.
Were you thinking about it while you fought?
I thought about it when I went to the corner, and then after the fight started again, I forgot about it, and then next thing you know, after the fight, I didn't have that feeling at all anymore. And
what part of the fight was it?
She's third round, he said.
No, I mean, were you grappling?
I think.
Were you on the ground?
Yeah, I think I might have been on the ground. I think I may have been on the ground. I think he took me down to something like that, and I was on my back, and I don't know.
Did he ever know?
Huh?
Did he ever know?
He knows now.
That's great.
Right now, if he's listening, he's like, I knew it. I knew he pissed on me.
Right.
Mark my territory.
Liddell's girlfriend broke up an hour before the fight.
Oh, an hour before the fight.
These guys know everything out there way more than we do.
It's just, I thought they had like a really nasty argument. It's like, I wish I would love to know what fight that was if he lost that fight.
All right, let's go to the phone and say hi to Sean. Sean, we got Rashad Evans in studio today, of course, fighting John Jones Saturday.
This Saturday, and it's on pay-per-view, of course, at 10 o'clock, UFC 145.
I don't get all the pay-per-views. I'm getting this one. Sean, go ahead.
I don't know the whole story. It was what Dana told. It was like an hour before the fight, she decided to break up with him and then decided to have this large fight where she threw an ashtray at him and everything. I don't think he lost it, but it's just that she just decided that hour before was the opportune time to break up with him.
I guess it could work in your favor, right?
And Rashad, show Jimmy a bicep slicer today instead of a choke.
You said a bicep slicer?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't even know the bicep slicer.
Oh, thank God! It doesn't sound pleasant.
Wait, I mean, is it like a figure?
Forearm between the arms with the arm bent between your legs.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound pleasant.
I don't like when a fighter has some move explained to him right before he's like, "Oh yeah, I think I can pull that off."
Maybe I could try that.
What is that? I've never heard that before.
A bicep?
Bicep slicer, yeah.
I never really heard it before either. I never heard it called a bicep slicer.
What have you heard it called?
I can't remember.
Oh, it's called fuck 'em up.
Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy that.
Fuck 'em up move. Let's say hi to Joe. What do you say, Joe?
Hey, Rashad, I was wondering if you could talk about the purse for the fight and how you feel that correlates with how much other professional athletes are getting, because the UFC's, mainstream now.
The payouts.
The payouts?
Yeah.
So you want to know how I feel about it, or?
Well, I would assume
he's asking you how much.
I would assume he'd want more money.
Yeah.
We all want more money,
Right,
no matter
right,
what you
yeah.
do. Do you think the money's getting up there finally?
Yeah, I believe the money's getting up there. The UFC does a good job of taking care of us, and they always make sure that they always take care of me and stuff like that. So I think it's getting up there. One thing you got to understand is that the UFC is an organization that's really, really building. So it takes a lot to do that. And right now, the money's not where it is with boxing for the most part, but it's getting there. It's getting better.
How about endorsements and stuff? Do you guys have them outside of UFC, or is it just like with like clothing in the UFC, or is there outside stuff?
Yeah, there's it's not. I mean, you get your sponsors and stuff like that. So I guess. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, or just like we played a Jordan commercial before, where he did like is it a Gatorade, and all these guys do different stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have that yet, or is that something?
Not as much.
Yeah, I don't see it
not as much. Not as much. It's just the big Fortune 500 companies, they're still coming around to MMA. We just now got on Fox, so for the longest time people were waiting for the sport to fall through and something bad to happen. So nobody wanted to put their stamp on it. Yes, but now with Fox getting behind us and stuff like that, and the popularity of sport, I think we're going to see a lot more of those bigger companies coming into the sport and really sponsoring these fighters.
Yeah, it's getting there.
All right, well, I guess we should plug it again before we wrap up here. UFC 145. John Jones, Rashad Evans. It's an amazing fight. It's one of the I'm really annoyed I can't go to it, so I'm going to try to get it and watch it in between shows next Saturday night, 10 o'clock in Atlanta. It's hard to pick a guy because I like both of the guys, but I think I like you better. I do, but I can't shit on John either.
He's sitting there.
No, but John is a nice dude. He's been a very fun guest too. I like him a lot. But Rashad, I kind of want to see you win, and I almost hate to pick fighters because my record is not good.
Oh shit!
Don't pick me.
Don't say anything. Don't pick me.
No, but it was better.
Don't pick me.
I actually went 3 for 3, I think, on the last one.
Nice.
So I have a decent recent track record, and I guess we always try to get you to do a move, but I'm shooting something in 2 weeks, so I can't do anything with my neck.
Okay.
Or my legs. Maybe an arm punch. I would take a punch in the left arm.
A punch in the left arm?
Yeah. Or do you not want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I punch you if you want me. Do you really want to punch you?
Yeah.
We don't got to do anything.
I wouldn't mind though.
Okay.
But not as hard as you can.
What do you think? I'm some kind of animal?
No. But I'm gonna tighten up a little bit.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, Jimmy, that looked like it really hurt.
No, yeah,
Jimmy,
that was a good one.
That was a good one. It slipped off the side a little, so it kind of. I think it really hurt your muscle, right?
Yeah.
What little there is.
Yeah.
I used to.
Why did you do that, Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy, that's going to bruise really bad.
What percentage of that was? I know that was nowhere near full strength. What percentage of that was of your?
I probably say it's probably like 50%.
Yeah.
Wow,
man.
50. It was just had a lot of weight.
Yeah. That's a heavy punch.
Yeah, it was thud to the bone. I used to.
I flex up a little bit, even though there's nothing here.
Hey, look out!
Because just to protect the bone a teeny bit, if I can, because that could. We could do the right one too. Let's do the right one.
Oh, really?
Why would you do?
Okay,
Why not?
Here we go. Oh, man!
What is wrong with you?
Oh, this is all being video, so
there's a
you'll be able
technique
to see
to try to throw it. It's better to get them when not ready, because then that way you can get the.
I know the
Charlie
bone.
horse.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Then he's not flexed up, so you get.
Yeah, I used to have this.
Oh shit!
My friend's Uncle Billy used to always give Charlie horse. He's like, "Yeah, what are you doing? Guess who won the race? Who? Boom, Charlie, and he won it by a hair. Yeah." And he was like the biggest bully. He was the biggest bully, man. So
What an asshole!
Yes, he was. And
Wow, man.
But he specialized in
getting you right with
Charlie horse all the time.
Yeah, I've learned to
Oh, and
flex
that
up.
muscle just friggin' knots up on you like
He used
that.
to keep me in the
That
legs real
hurts.
bad all the time.
A thigh Charlie horse right in the
Oh,
side of the
it's the
thigh
worst.
is so fucking painful.
John, we had John punch my left arm, and when you
Who punched harder?
it's hard to say because both were about the same. I think Rashad's hurt a little bit more, but John hit hard. But I think it was because of where he hit me too. But Rashad's definitely hurt a lot. That especially the one on the right arm, and I was even more ready for that. John hit me with a shin to the leg, which I could never do again. That's agonizing. Like I almost fuck. Yeah, no, it was like a shin to my upper thigh. Yeah, leg kick. And I almost I had to go to the bathroom. I was in a faint. I was like, my body's not used to that trauma. I'm like, I might throw up right here in the studio.
Jimmy, what's the first thing that goes through your mind when he punches you?
Like you wait for it. There's a split second where you're waiting. You know it's about to hurt a lot. Like you've been hit. It's like and you know it's more is coming, and then more pain comes. Like I'm still feeling even more in my right arm than I did in my left arm, and I know it's going to be very sore. Both of my arms, because I like to bird flap a lot. You know, this is how I meet girls. So I know it's going to be very hard.
You lost all this weight, so now you got less
Yeah, less protecting me.
Jimmy's crazy. It's crazy, man.
So when he's lining up, and it's almost like he's like aiming for where he's going to put that shot, that anticipation would kill me.
I don't know if I could.
You could, man. No. Yeah, it hurts, but I mean, it's like, you know, he's not going to try to.
I couldn't get it because the material, the sweater slides off.
Yeah, you know, it's a real gentleman's cashmere.
Sweater boy cutie.
Can I see your arms? Are they bruised
They won't
already?
be bruised up. No, it'll take
red?
it'll take a day, probably two. The right one will bruise
that'll be
more.
bruised up really nicely.
Yeah, both of them will be.
Yeah.
So I could I'll have Twitter photos of it like I did last time.
Just blacken his eye.
Rashad, this was
Pop him in the head.
If it didn't do what it could do or shatter your jaw, I would love to. But I couldn't do it. These guys just hit too hard.
Take a punch?
Yeah, because even though there's a way to hit, but I could never take a punch to the face or head from these guys. But I would wish I could do it once.
I think if you did it 20%, you'd be all right.
No.
How about a punch in the chest?
No, because my heart's too.
That's too close to that heart shit.
Yeah,
you have a bad heart?
no, but I would if you
some
hit me. As of yet, it's been fine. But no, I don't have big chest muscle. This is all an illusion. I don't do. All I do is elliptical little cross training.
Man, we used to play a game as kids, and it was called open chest. And if you have to walk around with your chest like this, and if you put your arms down or swing your chest open, you get punched.
So you got to walk around covering your chest with your arms, like just kind of. And the second somebody put their guard down,
then
you would
hit him.
Just lean into him and punch.
Lean and punch him.
Oh,
and the worst game that we played is a game called Butchie Baker. And if you say any word that started with the B, you have to say Butchie Baker after you said it, or you get punched.
Holy, just punching with these guys. Holy shit.
I just wouldn't talk.
And the worst part about it was, I was like the youngest guy in my crew, so I would have to play these games. I'm hanging out with guys that's like 7 years older than me, Uncle Billy, right?
Man.
Uncle Billy make you play these games, and he's like, "We're playing Butcher Maker," and I'm like, "I don't want to play." "Yeah, you do." So no matter what, you say B, and they're like, "Man, before." And then you don't even, just talking, you don't realize it. The next thing you know, you got like 4 guys.
Like, what did I do?
And you cry like, "Ah, Butcher Maker." You can't even say Butcher Maker because you cried and beat up so much.
That's insanity.
I'm tempted. I can't take one of the
Nah,
shots. I can't do it.
you would fall down.
I know I would.
Dude, Jimmy, you did good today.
He felt
Relax.
Jimmy wants more. And it's like,
Jimmy wants more.
That
Relax.
little sternum. That's like fine china, his bones.
It's like calf meat, baby.
Yeah, baby, calf meat.
Erox would take a punch? What if he drops dead of a heart attack?
Yeah, that's the only reason I wouldn't.
Jimmy, you got a
I
special
don't
2
want to
weeks.
kill you. I don't
No,
want
you don't want to kill him.
No, but him. He's
Erock doesn't have a hint of a muscle on his
Oh my
body.
God,
so
there's nothing there.
don't fuck with him.
He's laughing.
Yeah,
I think Rashad did it. I think
I
this
I'll
was
tell you
great.
why. Because I would almost feel bad if I got really hurt just for. You don't want that. It's like,
No.
Not
Hey,
in the chest.
The face would be hilarious, though.
It would be, and if I could do it without a shattered jaw, which is my living, I would do it. But
Jimmy's taken many shots to the face, but
Different shots.
Hold on now. Hold on a second. But I can't do it.
Whatever happened to Uncle Billy?
Uncle Billy?
You ever get him back?
Well, I did, but by the time was able to get him back, we boxed one time, and Uncle Bill's like, "Yeah, let's box. Come on, let's do it." And I'm like 16 at the time, and Uncle Billy's like 25 or something. So we're boxing, and I get Uncle Billy, and I catch him with a good shot, and then he stops, and he's like, "This is stupid. I'm not gonna do it anymore." And I was like, "What happened?" "You know what? I slipped on the grass, and like you hit me as I was going down. I did it to myself."
what a bully jerk he sounds like.
Who's your uncle, the Great Santini?
Yeah, but
Sounds like a real
Uncle Billy was like really big when we were kids, but now Uncle Billy's really small. So anytime I see Uncle Billy now, I like start messing with him. He's like, "Come on, that's old stuff. Leave it alone.
That's
Leave it in
hilarious.
the past, bro. Leave it in the past."
That must really be that must be fun for you, though, right?
It is, because Uncle Billy was like,
Leave it in the past.
yeah, Uncle Billy. The thing about Uncle Billy is like he had like this one black friend, right? This one black friend that he was like the man. And Uncle Billy, like, he would always like joke around and say like almost racist comments to me, but then he wouldn't like fully say it, right? He'll like almost say racist comments, but then when his one black friend came around, he acted like I was his best friend. No, this is my little brother right here. Nah, what's up, little homie? Come on.
It's Uncle Billy White. I'm a little confused.
Uncle Billy was white.
Because he sounded like a white guy.
Uncle Billy's not my uncle. He's he's like one of my best friend's uncle, but he called
I
him
understand.
Uncle Billy. Yeah,
I understand.
What would he almost say? Like, what how did you know it was going to be a racial thing?
Well, he wasn't allowed to say the N-word, right? Because his mom like Billy, he got caught saying it a couple of times, right? So what he did, what Uncle Billy did was Uncle Billy made up a word, and he would say to me that meant like the same thing. So he'd be like, "What's up, Carbo?"
Carbo?
Carbo. Yeah, Carbo.
Not quite the same impact.
I think no, Carbo like carbonate or something like
Right,
that. So I'm
right.
saying,
Oh.
yeah. So
man.
Yeah. So like he'll always say those terms to me and like try to joke around and like say something. I mean, he was a dick. He was a
Right, he sounds like
when kids talk about like they get bullied now, like, dude, you have no idea what I went through. Like Uncle Billy was a terrorist, man. Like one time, like if I came to get my friend after school. And because they shared a room together, Uncle Billy would catch me in the room, and he'd be like, "You know what it is, guys? After school beatings." He'll lock the door. He'll beat the hell out of us like a half an hour.
what a character.
Was he a jerk or was he playful?
He was playful, but he was a jerk too. Like like there was no escaping Uncle
man.
Billy. Like you never knew what was going to happen. Like when you went to my friend's house, we would do BB gun wars. And we're only allowed to do one pump with the BB gun shot, right?
So
It always starts with the one
breaking that.
pump.
Yeah,
Right.
Uncle Billy would put like 5 pumps in it, and then he'd shoot it, and then it'd like stick in your skin, right?
Oh, fuck.
And then I'm like, "Oh, Uncle Billy, how many shots was that?" "It was only one. Stop being a baby, or I'm gonna pound you." "Yeah, yeah, I will. Yeah, better stop crying, and you can't quit either.
All right.
Better go high.
All right, Rashad's scaring us.
It's great.
This
Do you
is
like
taking it
Uncle
back to a
Billy?
time.
Do I like Uncle Billy?
Did he ever,
Yeah.
Someone has to ask.
Yeah, did Uncle
Did he
Billy ever get creepy when he was rolling around? Like, everybody wrestle on me.
Did he ever? I don't know.
Okay. You ever like, let's say, hey guys,
Because your
drop
eyes,
your drawers now.
because your eyes are going to
Like another place, Uncle Billy?
another place. So I'm
Dude,
wondering
I'm
what
telling
this
you.
Uncle Billy's all about.
Uncle Billy was crazy, dude.
Yeah,
I can't tell if you like or hate Uncle Billy.
I don't know.
I think he hates Uncle Billy a
I
little
like
bit.
Uncle Billy now because he made me tough. But when I was little, dude, I'm like, dude, oh man, keep Uncle Billy away from me.
See,
Billy.
Wow.
That's great, man.
Rashad, you're awesome, really.
Yeah, I'm.
We can't wait for the fight Saturday. You and John Jones, obviously, UFC 145 Saturday on pay-per-view at 10 o'clock. Damn, I think we did it.
Yeah, and next time I'll take one. I'll take a punch in the chest.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You gotta get your chess game up. You know what I'm gonna suggest? You can do a deck of cards and just do half the deck. So that means every single time you flip over a card, you do that many push-ups. So if it's like a face card, you do like 10 push-ups. If it's like a 5, you do 5 push-ups. If it's an ace, you do 20 push-ups.
And you do a half a deck like that? Is that like?
Well, I would do like the deck like twice.
No.
Yeah, twice.
How many push-ups would that be in total?
It's like maybe 1,000.
Holy
400
fuck.
something. 400.
I can't do more than 999. No way.
It's like 400 and something if you do like one whole deck and then you do it again.
How long do you get to rest between push-ups?
It all depends how, when you get in shape, you can just be able just like to flip them over. I usually do it, shake out a little bit, and then do it again. I don't wait too long.
Do you do a lot of sit-ups? I hate sit-ups.
Obviously.
Make you nauseous, huh?
Yeah. You know what I do? Sometimes back to the elliptical for a second if we can before Rashad goes, since a couple of gentlemen are talking about exercise.
Sure.
I like to tighten up a little bit, or I'll bring weights onto the elliptical with me, and I'll do like abs that way because I hate doing abs.
I do it over the big ball. You get back all the way.
I get
come back
dizzy if
up.
my head goes back like that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You know a good way to do abs, and it's kind of if all you
Genetics.
But a good way to do your abs and just not even really think about it is try to flex your abs for like minutes at a time. Just like right now, if you try to flex your abs,
just kind of
and
fucking
walking around,
tighten up.
yeah, just see how long you can flex them for.
That's better than crunches and stuff?
Well, I mean, you kind of get your mindset and it kind of.
And you can kind of do it when you're just kind of sitting around doing nothing.
Sitting around doing nothing. You can just kind of see how long you can flex your abs.
Pretty
for.
good.
I have decent abs underneath the fat.
No, you don't.
Underneath the fat, everyone's got decent abs.
No, but I can take a good
Peel
shot.
the skin and fat off, and I got a six-pack.
Stop.
Let's go to ground zero here.
Jimmy wants to take another shot.
No, I won't take a punch to the eye, but you get a little poke, a little bit.
Actually, it's kind of hard, man.
Yeah.
Don't fart.
No, I won't.
It's hard. It's gas.
It would be funny if you gave me a little jab and my teeth fell out and I shit.
All right, Rashad.
Well, man,
I'm not going
love
to say
you.
good luck Saturday. I'm just,
Yeah, I hope you do really well.
Absolutely.
And I think I'm pulling for Rashad. I like both of these guys, but you got to pick one guy, and I want to see Rashad win.
Yeah. Kick ass, man.
all right, I'll say it too. Rashad Evans.
Oh, wait a minute here.
Yeah,
Don't let me twist your arm or nothing.
No, but he has a sports curse. Believe me,
he
you don't
does.
want it.
No.
You don't want that endorsement. No, you don't want that
I've been good
endorsement.
lately. I've
You
been good
actually
lately.
have been on a winning streak.
I've been good lately. I'm on a winning streak, so let's see. All right, Rashad. Come back and see us, all right?
All right.